All right. Well, this is Brenda Crowe from the box office with the Nutcracker. You've been working here for 14 years?
A little, yeah, just almost 13 and a half, yeah. I think Ellen says 14. She thinks we've both been here a little bit longer than we have.
So, what is your overall job? What is.
I'm the box office manager, and so I'm responsible for all the tickets and taking the orders and processing them and making sure that everybody gets the best seat in the house. And usually I'm here with just an assistant, but during Nutcracker we bring in about 7 other people to help us process all the tickets.
Wow. When
Yeah.
do you start planning for this?
Well, actually, we start building the events in February
Oh, wow.
so that people who are subscribers get to buy their tickets early. So they're actually able to buy their tickets in February of the before the performance. So we have everything ready to go in February. And then usually the tickets go on sale the first week after the last performance of the fall session. So then we bring in the extra people to start working and getting ready, get the books ready, get all the stuffing done and everything so that we're ready on the first day when they go on sale. Usually the first day is a really, really big day for us. You know, we do a lot, 2 or 3 times the business we normally would do in a day on that first day.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a big day.
Nutcracker's a big deal.
It's a really big deal. It's a big deal. People love it, you know. It's just, it's a whole different thing. You know, it's like a very traditional for families. They go every year. They make it their tradition. And so they just, it's something that's very special. It's a giant production, you know. It's a holiday thing, you know. It's a holiday special that I have people that have been bringing their grandsons and their granddaughters for years and years and years since they were little children, and now they're in college. So it is a big thing, and it's a big giant production. Lots of children involved, lots of scenery, lots of music. It's done on a grand scale, and we have to keep that up in the box office too. We have to match that demand for the people who do want to come and see that.
How many tickets do you think you sell?
I was figuring it up, and I have sold, in the years I've been here, I've sold almost 500,000 Nutcracker tickets.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of tickets. And when I first started, I didn't have this type of help in the box office, you know, so it wasn't like 7 people and me. It was me and maybe 3 or 4 people, you know, so it's really grown, and I have great people that help me, and we're really fortunate. I'm really fortunate in that respect.
Do you have any interesting stories with people trying to buy tickets? Or
Yeah, we have some great stories, you know, about, we always laugh in the box office and keep our little stories and stuff, you know, but there's some really, really heartwarming stories. This year we have a mom, a daughter, and a grandmother that are coming, and the grandmother's in her 90s. And the mom and the daughter have always tried to get her to do something, to come out of her retirement home and just do something. She's in a wheelchair, and she never wants to go out. And then this year, just out of the blue, she said, I would really like to go to the Nutcracker. And they're just totally shocked, you know, but they're so excited. So they're going to bring her to the Nutcracker this year, and they're just thrilled that she wants to come. And why the Nutcracker, they don't know for sure, but that's what she wants to do. So they're going to bring her this year. So that's really nice. That's great.
good.
And then also I have a soldier in my office, and one year someone had donated a Nutcracker to us, and he was about 4 or 5 feet tall, and we raffled it off at the Plaza Art Fair. And actually the people that won it were very, very happy because they did a Nutcracker production with their family every year in their basement. So they were happy to have a Nutcracker. But the woman she was an elderly woman, and she saw that Nutcracker at the Plaza Art Fair, and she happened to live on the plaza. And so she called, and she had this soldier that she had seen as a child. She lived in Copenhagen, and she had seen him in a window at a toy store. And she had begged and begged her parents to buy this toy soldier for her for Christmas, and they did. That's him. He's here in my office. And she wanted to donate it to the ballet.
Wow.
Because she had seen the Nutcracker. So we have this Nutcracker, and he's actually a soldier, like I said. And
There he is.
the children that come into my office, of course, they think he's a Nutcracker, and they love him, you know, and they want to touch him, and they want to hug him, you know, and they want to play his drums and stuff. So he's very, very special to us. So it's a really happy time. You get to see all the children come in dressed up, and they're so excited, and the moms and the dads. It's just a happy time. It's a really happy family time, and we all love it here, and we love being able to hear the people's stories about why they're buying the tickets and the, you know, what's going to happen. One man proposed to his girlfriend on stage at the Nutcracker. He wanted to know if it would be possible for him to go up on stage, and so we let him do that, you know. And we have stories about, there was someone who they'd wrinkled their tickets, they'd crushed them up or something, and so they tried to iron them because they didn't want to bring them, and they're light sensitive. So when they came to the door, the tickets were totally black. And it was like, well, you know, we wrinkled them, and so we wanted to get them straight, you know, and make them nice, so we ironed them. Okay. So it's things like that, you know, and like I said, all the happiness and the joyfulness that you see there. So there's always something going on. We had, once we had some people in the audience, and they kept coming down or complaining to the usher about a noise. They kept hearing a noise, you know, and they thought it was a child. And so at intermission, we went and had the usher went through the rows and everything, and there was a lady there, and she had a dog in her purse, like one of those little purse dogs. And it was like, okay, I'm sorry, but you can't keep the dog in the Nutcracker because he's disturbing the other people. But I mean, it's like, okay, we never saw that dog go in the theater, and who would have ever thought that you would bring your little dog to the Nutcracker? But he was part of her family.
Oh. And
I guess she wanted him to enjoy the Nutcracker as well.
How sweet.
Yeah.
So how many seats are there in the theater?
There are about 2,300 in the music hall.
Okay.
And we've been there for the last 4 or 5 years. And before that, we were at the Midland. And there were about the same number of seats there. So
how many are going to be in the Kaufman?
1,800 in our theater,
okay.
And we'll do more shows than we have done in the past. We used to do. We're now down. We did like 16, I think, last year. So it's lots of times it's the time constraints. Like other people are going to be using the theater. Or last year, I think it was Wicked. We were up against Wicked, so our time was limited in the theater. We didn't get to do as many weekends, but that won't be a problem as much at the Performing Arts Center at the Kaufman Center, which is going to be really great. And the stage there is just going to be so much better, and the area that we'll have and the seating. I was over there for the first time last Monday, and it just takes your breath away. People here will not, a lot of people here can't even imagine what it's going to be like to be in that theater, and to see the Nutcracker there is just going to be unbelievable.
I know. I'm excited for it to get finished.
Yeah, it's amazing. I went in and stood where all the seats, different seating locations and stuff, and it's unbelievable. I don't even know how I can describe it to people, because if you have never been in there, it's just amazing.
Oh gosh.
And to see something like the Nutcracker there, oh my goodness. So it's going to be quite the deal over there.
So what is the best seat in the house?
The best seat in the house is the one that I sell you.
Aha.
We're really good here. We're really careful about, you know, making sure that, like, if you have children, how old are they, you know, and you know, how tall are they? We really try to make people, you know, we really try to sell them a seat that will work for them, you know. But my thought about children is, when you take children to that performance, they're going to see no matter where you put them. If they have to sit on your head, you're not going to keep them from seeing that production.
Right.
You know, that's all there is about kids. You know, they're going to see no matter what. So if what you can do is sit in the upper balcony and that's all you can do, that's fine. You're not going to keep that child from seeing that performance. So it just depends on where you want to be.
There is no bad seat in the house.
There is no bad seat in the house. And we make sure that you don't get a bad seat. That's our number one priority here, is that you go and you have a wonderful time and you have the best seat in the house.